What's up, guys? Welcome to our Monday session where we're going to be talking about the death of the YouTube subscriber in 2026. And I know that's a bold statement, but we have proof that subscribers doesn't really matter as far as like you to grow your channel. So I want to talk about today what it really means and what we can do in the future and what we should be doing in the future. Now, I'm not saying don't get to your 1,000 subscribers so we can get to AdSense. Yeah, we want to do that because there's benefits to that. But what we're talking about more of today is how we should not be focusing on just subscribers. And we shouldn't be begging for subscribers. So many people are out there like, oh, subscribe to my channel. You're going to get a whole bunch of great stuff, or like this, or heart this, or do, all of the things. It's actually the opposite. And this is something we've been doing on this channel, which is our newer channel, Live Video School. And we haven't been asking even from the beginning. And the 36,000 that came because we delivered value. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. We also have a few other topics we're going to be talking about, and I'll give you a little heads up on those. So first off, we're going to talk about the death of the YouTube subscribers in 2026, and now what? Now what? And I've got 3 things I'm going to share with you there. The other thing we're going to be talking about is full-time on YouTube and how we were able to make $100,000 from simple YouTube videos. And if you're new to this channel, you might not have heard this story, but we're going to give you that story. We're going to break it down into 5 steps. And yes, I have been now full-time using YouTube. And I don't say from YouTube. I say using YouTube as the traffic engine that has helped me build multiple 6- and 7-figure brands. Scotty has actually witnessed those because, well, he's my son and he's watched me do that over the years. And now him and I are doing it together on the Live Video School channel. So we're going to be breaking that down. And then the other thing we're going to be talking about is how to turn YouTube views into more money and customers without AdSense. So those are the 3 different things we're going to be talking about today. So hopefully you guys are in, well, you're in for a good time, but hopefully you're up for it. And hopefully you guys are ready to dive in. So Scotty, I know we had a couple other things we were going to talk about. We're going to probably save them until next week, but anything on your mind that we should address here before we get rocking and rolling?
Yeah, I think one thing I do want to kind of mention is, and this just goes for everyone making content on YouTube, right? No matter what your purpose is there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. It's a roller coaster and it's a journey. Okay. We are currently going through that journey, guys. We started out, we could barely get 10 views in a week. And when we started this new channel, now we knew it was going to pick up, but it was going to take time. And then a month and a half later, it picked up, and then we were living high. We were getting to the point where we're averaging 2,000 to 5,000 views a video, getting videos over 100,000 views left and right. And then we decided to do a pivot. We do a pivot, and now we're down a little bit. Now we're starting to come up again a little bit. It's getting a little bit more this past month. But we're going through that progression. And one thing I'll say, it doesn't matter what type of YouTuber you are, and how long you've been creating content, there's always something new that you can learn or try. And one thing we do on our channel is, and this is what we like to do, is just be fully transparent with everything. And we're always testing new things because we want to, number one, have the best content. We also want to be able to make sure that, maybe there's something we're missing that the new algorithm needs us to try, right? And I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to share one of the things we just tested, which we haven't really talked about this yet. We've even turned off in the past 2 videos our monetization.
Yep.
Turn it off just to test it. Right? Why would we turn it off where we could be making money, especially if the video goes, micro viral or whatever? Why would we do that? Because we're not in it for the AdSense money. We're in it for, the leads and the potential clients that we can get from YouTube. And that brings me to kind of what we're going into right here with the death of the YouTube subscriber in 2026, right? And future for creators. I'll say this. It's always been a numbers thing, the metric, right? Everyone's like, oh, if they have 700,000 subscribers, they're making bank. Those people are making money,
Right.
right? It ain't always what it seems. Just because people have subscribers or followers or whatever doesn't mean that they're making this crazy amount of money.
No.
Especially nowadays. And the reason I say
Mhm.
that now is because you get people, they're telling you to post these shorts and you get some subscribers, and you can get subscribers from it. Sure. Doesn't mean it's going to help your channel, but you get subscribers. We had a lot of people on here comment that had 700,000 million subscribers. They're like, we can't make more than $500 a month on ads. And that's all they have. And they don't even have anything on the back end, right? It's just ad money they're trying to rely on. So I think we always like to put the whole idea behind, you have a lot of views, you're making a lot of money. If you have a lot of subscribers, you're making a lot of money. And that's not the case. And so I know there's other things you're going to be discussing with this, Dad, but that's one thing I think that we like to see high numbers and think high things, and it's not always the case, right?
No.
And so we need to go back to what it really needs to be about, which is who are you trying to help, right? Why are you doing that? Are you doing it just for the number? Because I could go around and say, hey, I got 700,000 subscribers. That's great. But what's that doing for your business? What is that doing even just for your channel besides showing someone you have 700,000 subscribers?
Yeah.
What does it do? Right. And yes, the monetization is one big thing. Like, sure, get to monetization, make a little extra money. That's great. But besides that, like, and I gave advice to this the other day. Someone asked me this about I want to get to 5,000. That's my goal. Right. I said, no, if it was us and we did this again, our goal would be 1,001.
Right.
1,001 just to hit the monetization. That's it.
The one marker.
Just to make some extra money.
Yeah.
After that doesn't matter.
All right, let's get into it. So the one thing I did want to say though too, we just wrapped up a workshop that we did over the weekend. Some of you may or may not know that, and some of you might have attended it. It's our 1 hour content magic workshop. It's where we taught basically what we're kind of doing today, right here, right now, is we taught our 1 hour content magic system. It's our one take system where we are able to record for 1 hour every single week. And we're able to turn that into 3 to 4 different pieces of content, not shorts, long form, and how you're able to then work on other things on your channel or other things in your business. So if you're interested in creating content faster and really adopting that system, we're going to go ahead and put the link in the description. Go ahead and go there if you're interested. And if it's still available, which it should be, depending on when you're watching this, go in the description and you can get access to it. There's instant access to it. And we were about an hour and a half on there teaching this strategy. We also went through how we're editing, how Scotty went from editing 4 hours down to 12 minutes on a video. There's actually a bonus training in there that he went through. So if you're interested, in the description, we'll drop the information. Scotty, make sure that that's in there if you would. Yep. I'm not sure if we added that beforehand or not. But all right, let's get on with it. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my notes so I make sure that I have everything handy here, and then we're going to cover all those topics. So today we're going to talk about the death of the YouTube subscribers in 2026 and what now. And so the big mistake that I want you to realize, and you may be making this, you might not be, let us know in the comments if any of this is resonating with you at all. And it's okay if you've made these mistakes. But the thing is creators are only focusing on generally 2 things. All right. Subscribers and monetization. And subscribers helps you get to monetization. So if we want to get a little bit more granular, it's usually 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. That's what they're focusing on. And man, oh man, when we get there, we made it, baby. We made it. We're going to start making some money. And what we need to understand is that just because you get to monetization does not mean that you're going to make a lot of money. It doesn't even make you're going to make $100. It's all going to depend on so many different factors. Now, do we want to like say, oh, well, we don't want the money. We're not going to turn on AdSense. We're not going to go for that. Yes, that's a milestone. but there's so much more that we have to be thinking about. So that's the very first thing. I just want to kind of get that out there. And if you haven't thought of it that way, hopefully this is like a light bulb moment and you're like, okay, I'm leaning in, Scott, tell me more. Okay. So there's 3 things I want to cover here. Number 1, subs don't equal views. Okay. Let me say that one more time. Subs don't equal views. Want some proof? Well, this channel's got 36,000 subscribers. We don't get 36,000 views on every video. Do we have a few that are over 100,000? Yeah, we do. Do we have some that are only at 250? Yep. Recent ones, by the way. Now, there's some reasons that we can kind of shine the light on and go, okay, we probably know why that is. But just because you have that many subscribers does not mean you're going to get that many views. All right. So just going there to get more subscribers, to me, it's more of an ego play more than it is you're going to be benefiting from that. Okay. Now, just like Facebook, just like any of these platforms, Instagram, you look at people will have 1 million subscribers and they'll get like 25 likes, so it's across the board. So understand that. I think once you do, it really takes the pressure off of being like, oh, I got to have this channel with like hundreds of thousands of subscribers. It does not matter. Now, it might have in the past, but it doesn't anymore. So moving into 2026 and beyond, don't worry about them. Go for 1,001, right? And I don't mean go out there and just harp on people to try, hey, subscribe to my channel, subscribe. We never ask people to subscribe to our channel. Now, is that bad? I don't think so. It hasn't really hurt us. I think it's actually helped us because people see like, I'm only going to subscribe if I find value here. So then our goal is to deliver value. That's the goal. So if we're delivering value, people are going to naturally go like, I want to see a little bit more of this. Now there's a few other things. We're going to be covering that here, but there's a few other things where we could show up, do some things that make people say, you know what? I want to watch more of their stuff, or I want to get more stuff from these people, right? I like their teaching style. I like how they're right to the point. I like how they don't dilly-dally. So there's some things there that you don't even have to say it. You don't even have to say it. All right. Let me know in the comments right now, how often are you actually subscribing to a channel when they ask you to subscribe? I'd love to know that. Let us know that in the comments. All right. Okay. So let's move on. So I think we're clear on there, right? So subs don't equal views. I think we all agree that. And if you don't believe me, go to one of the bigger channels, go to any channel that you want that has 1 million subscribers. Chances are they're not getting 1 million views. Not on that. They might have some, they might have a handful, but they do not. Every time they publish a video, I see channels right now. There was one I was looking at the other day, 450,000 subscribers, 4,000 views, 5,000 views. That's a lot less than 450,000. And I think their best video in the last 6 months might be 100,000. So still didn't hit their 450,000. So again, take that pressure off and focus on other things, which we'll talk about. Don't focus on the subscriber count as like you're going to be able to benefit so much from doing that. All right. The number 2 thing here that I want to share with you is getting subs from shorts can actually destroy your channel. So if you're thinking to yourself, oh, I'm going to do shorts because shorts are a lot easier, faster, right? I could put out a whole bunch more. And if I do that, I'm going to get a whole bunch more subscribers. I'm going to get a whole bunch more views. Here's why that might hurt your channel. And we've seen this happen. We've got students of ours and clients of ours that started going down the shorts road, and they basically were putting out shorts. They were getting subscribers, and then they would put out a long form video and crickets. Why? Because they subscribed for YouTube Shorts. Makes sense, right? So let me know in the comments right now, are you actively creating shorts to try to get people to subscribe and to watch your longer form videos? Because here's the truth too. Ask yourself this, and I'm just speaking for myself right now, and I've asked other people this, but I'm just curious. If you are going down that rabbit hole of looking at the shorts. You know, we're either in the parking lot waiting for the wife or the husband, you know, we're in there, we're just going through, killing some time. Maybe you're on the sofa in between commercials, whatever, right? And you're kind of just going through, you're doom scrolling, as they call it, right? How often do you click on a short and go to a long form video? Probably not. Now, are there times that now you might get recommended a long form video of someone else's that you just watched a short maybe 2 days before that? Maybe, but still, if you look at that and go, oh, that's 19 minutes, but this one here was a minute and a half, which one are you going to pick? The minute and a half, because that's what you want to consume. And I'm not saying you personally, I'm saying the viewer. So be careful with that. And that's why getting subs from shorts, not the same as getting one from a live stream or from a long form video that's over 5 minutes. Way different. They also can now get to know, like, and trust you more. We spend more time with that person. So it's just so much more beneficial if you can create long form, but also if people are going to subscribe, it's because they want to, but also we don't want to focus on trying to get subscribers from shorts. All right. The third thing is if you spend all this time, whether it's through shorts, whether it's through long form, and you're just like, I want to get to 100,000 subscribers so I can get that plaque. I got one. I got a plaque over there. It's a trophy. That's it. It doesn't mean anything other than you hit it. If that's what you want, go for it. But if you think it's going to benefit you and your channel more because you have that, you're wrong. I'm sorry to be blunt like that, but it's the truth. But here's the deal. And this is what I want to share with you is when you build up an audience of those subscribers, it can make it really hard to pivot your channel if you ever decide to go in another direction. Ask me how I know. Twice. So I've been doing this now a long time. Been doing this over 17 years, started on YouTube 17 years ago, built my first channel, did over $100,000 from that because I was building it into a business. I wasn't just using it as a YouTube play as AdSense because AdSense wasn't even a thing back then. But we were basically building the audience first. Okay. It always comes down to that, but it was all about that one topic. I built another channel, the one that got to 100,000 over the course of 9 years. And I pivoted that a couple of different times. And every time I would pivot, it was hard. I had to put out content for 3 to 6 months before I would start to get shown to my audience. Just because you post content in that, that topic doesn't mean that necessarily it's going to reach the right audience, because now, even though those subscribers signed up for one thing and you're like, yeah, they aren't interested anymore, so they're not going to get it. YouTube also looks at that as like your subscriber base is based off of that one topic. So you're creating content on a different topic. So maybe we shouldn't show that video yet. Let's go ahead and keep sampling it on these smaller audiences until it builds it. We're actually running through that right now because we pivoted this channel, which is a newer channel. It's like a little over a year old, but we started with just general YouTube stuff. Then we found, well, we don't want to just, it's so competitive and, we don't want to, that's not really what we're doing anyway. We're not just building a YouTube channel to make money on YouTube. We're doing it to build a business. So we're like, okay, let's go business. And then let's go focus on like course creators and consultants and coaches. And we're in that pivot right now. And because we've got 36,000 subscribers and probably 75% of them probably don't want to build a business. So now all of a sudden YouTube says, hey, wait a minute here. You were just publishing over here. Now you're publishing on this stuff. Well, let's wait and see here. Let's start sampling. So subscribers could be hurting us in that sense. So be careful. All right. As far as like you thinking to yourself, if I get subscribers, everything's going to be great and I'm going to get views and YouTube's going to love me and they're going to show my content. It's not the case. All right. And here's the other thing is once we start doing that, and we start building the audience also, like let's say the subscribers, like we have 36,000 subscribers on this channel, which is great. But here's the deal. We have built our store, let's call it, our YouTube channel. We built it on rented land. So I want you to imagine this. Let's say that we want to go into business together and we want to build, I don't know, an IPA pub. right? We're like, we're going to create this thing. And you're like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and we are going to set up over there on that piece of land, and we're going to lease it or we're going to rent it, but we're going to build the building. We're going to own the building on that land. Well, okay. We get all the traffic there. We get our name known there. Everybody knows where we are. We spent all this time. We spent 2 years doing this. And then guess what? The landlord says, guess what? We decided to sell all of our property. We're going to knock down all the buildings here. And we're going to pay you for yours, but you're going to basically have to go somewhere else. Even though they would pay us for that, it still wouldn't be worth it because now what we've built is gone. So what we want to do is we want to be able to build our own audience on our own land. And what I mean by that is we build our email list. That's what we do. All right. And so we have a system. We've been doing this now. Like I said, I've been doing this now for over 17 years and I've been following the same framework, but now we are calling it our steady leads playbook because that's what we do. We build our email list. That's the number one thing that we are focusing on. Not that we're just trying to get a whole bunch of people on our email list. That's where we want to deplatform people to. So this way here, we can control what and when they see us. So if you're interested in that, if you're a business owner or not even a business owner, you're just like, I want to start building my email list so I don't have to be building my stuff on rented land. I'm protecting myself. Go ahead and put leads in the comments. I'll send you a copy. It's a digital copy of this right here. And this is our steady leads playbook. It's about 35 pages. And it goes through everything. We actually teach this inside of our Steady Leads Accelerator program. It's a cohort that we help business owners. And they pay us a good amount of money for that. But if you want this, just put leads in the comments. We'll send it to you. Because what we want to do here is we want to deliver value to you. So you might be like, I kind of want to subscribe to those guys, or I might want to join their email list. And that's the way that we just do it. I just shared with you how we actually build our list. We give something of value, which that's extremely valuable. So that's really what I wanted to address here today, is that I do believe that YouTube subscribers are not as important as they used to be. And really, they're not hardly important at all. All right. Yes, it's cool that someone raised their hand and voted by clicking that subscribe button, but then they have to also hit a notification button if they want to get notified. And after you subscribe to a bunch of people, you don't want to keep getting notifications. So you're probably going to turn that off. Right. So just think to yourself, what am I focusing on? What is my channel's purpose? If your channel's purpose is to make money, then you should be building a business from the traffic that you're getting. I definitely recommend you doing that. I actually have another resource for that. It's what we call our 100K roadmap. If you'd like a copy of that, it's about 18 pages. It covers everything that we have done, even on this channel, to get to over $100,000 in the first 12 months. Put 100K in the comments. We'll send you that. I'm just giving stuff away today. Why? Because that's how we get you to basically come in deeper with us and build a deeper relationship, which is something we talk about in that guide. It's what we call our ARM method: attention, relationship, money. That's the order of operation. So if you're interested in that, put 100K down below and we'll send it to you. All right. Also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to include a video in the description. All right. And in that description, I'm going to share with you, because you might be wondering to yourself, like, well, how do you turn views into actual money through an email list? Well, I shot a video, and I'm going to include that in the description. We basically break down how we were able to generate $19,000 in a month through email. So if you'd like that, just go down in the description. We'll leave that down there below. If you're watching this live and it's not there yet, it'll be there for the replay. All right. So just wanted to throw that out there. I think that'll be useful for you if you're wondering how the heck would you even do that. We go into deeper detail in that. So just check that out in the description. All right. That's what I got for you in that segment. We got 2 more segments to go, Scotty. And I'll just if you guys are joining us a little bit late, we're going to cover 2 more. We're going to talk full-time on YouTube, how I made 100K from simple YouTube videos. I'm going to give you a 5-step framework. And then also how I turn YouTube views into more money and customers without AdSense. I've got 3 things there I'm going to share inside of that segment. So those are the other topics we're going to be talking about. Scotty, we got any questions or anything in the comments? Anything we need to address?
Real quick, if you're new, it's your first time, first let us know that this is the first time you've joined the live stream. And real quick, just for those of you who don't know, what he means right now is we're going to go into these other topics. It's not just to talk about the topics. We call this our recording day. So what we're doing is we're following our content hack that we do, which is we record for about 60 minutes to 90 minutes. And we have our live stream, which is our main topic, that's going to be up as a replay. So this will be still available on the channel. Inside of this, about right now, 25 minutes in, we're going to go into a new segment or topic, whatever, that already has a title. This is going to be an individual video later on that we end up cutting out, and this will be put up for Wednesday. Then we'll have one after that that'll be put up for Friday or maybe another day. And now we're able to, with 1 hour of content, be able to create 3 pieces of different content that goes out on YouTube every week with only an hour of work and minimal edits. That makes it super easy. And actually, guys, if you want to see the whole process behind it before you miss out, we just did a workshop on it the other day. There's still access to that. If you go to the link in the description, it should be the first link when you get down there. You'll see it. Crazy price. I'm just going to say super cheap, super cheap. And again, limited time. We had someone even come in that was, I think he's in the affiliate marketing space, and he left us a nice review too. And he's like, I don't know how you guys give away so much stuff. Like, I don't get it, but we're here to serve, right? We're here to serve. We're trying to help because we know, we'll get it back in return, right? Like down the road, we might end up working with you, and that would be amazing, right? But our biggest thing is we need to get your trust, and we want to give you everything that we know. So that way, right now, if you even just check out that workshop, you'll be able to implement the things that we're literally doing right now. And right now, if you're on the live, you're kind of seeing us do it live right now. So he's going to go right into the next topic, which he just mentioned is going to be about the full-time YouTuber, of talking about himself. And hopefully me in a few years, maybe we'll be there. That's what we're working towards right now. And also I see a lot of first times. Welcome.
Yeah, how did you guys discover the live stream today? I'm curious.
I know we do have a few from the other brand creators. I do see some, because I'm kind of manning both chats right now, so that's awesome.
Okay, cool.
Some to live video school. So awesome. This is exciting. I'm glad, because our biggest thing is we're still going to serve everyone that we've already had, but we also want to expand as well. And so seeing all these new I can't say faces, I don't see you on here, but these new comments come in, I guess, from your profile picture. That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah. And guys, let us know this too. Are you a current business owner? Like, are you using YouTube right now to get attention for your business? Just curious. Let us know that in the comments. We'd love to know that as well. And yeah, if you guys would, let us know how you saw the feed today. We didn't advertise it or announce it or anything. We just kind of went live, and here we are. So
have some people, this is kind of interesting. You just sort of popped up.
That's cool.
Someone else just said, yeah, popped up on my feed today.
Authentically You says, I know you go live every Monday, currently leaving my 9 to 5. Awesome.
Let's go.
That's cool. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Awesome.
All right. Awesome. All right, cool. So let's get into it. If you guys were on the live training over the weekend, we kind of went through all of this. I'm basically about to do our first segment, and in that segment will be its own piece of content, and then that will get turned into a separate piece of content. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So anyway, all right, let's get rocking and rolling. So here we go, and I'm gonna cue it up, and here we go. All right. So making 100K from simple YouTube videos, is it even possible? And making a full-time living, is that even possible from YouTube? Well, I've been doing this now for over 17 plus years, and I have built multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses using YouTube as the traffic engine. I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just stating the fact. Now, one thing I want to say is I am not a guru, and I've never played one on TV, by the way, either. No, seriously. I'm just here, someone that's done it, that's lived it, that's living it. And I want to share with you, and I want to give you 5 steps that I have followed for years that has always worked. And we just started this live video school just over 12 months ago, and we've already cracked 6 figures. So that's what I want to share with you here today. So let's get into it. The very first thing I want to say, and I want to make sure that we underscore this, this is super important, and that is, if you're on YouTube and you are starting, you need to shift your mindset to a business mindset. Let me explain. So many people are coming into YouTube because they're seeing someone pop up and they're like, hey, you can go ahead and make a full-time living, or you can make 6 figures from YouTube. And all you got to do is post content that you love. Just be helpful. Here's the thing. That's probably not going to work for 95% of people. And there's a lot of different reasons why, but the one main reason is because those people are only relying on AdSense. That's it. That's all they're relying on. And I want you to right now be totally honest with me in the comments. Let me know, when you started on YouTube, what was your goal? Was your goal to create videos and eventually have YouTube pay you for them? I mean, that does sound like a dream, right? And I'm not saying you can't do it. I've made money through AdSense. And actually, this channel right here, Live Video School, we made just over $11,000 from AdSense so far from the last 12 months. But that was bonus, because our business mind, our business plan is about what I'm going to share with you, but it had nothing to do with AdSense being the revenue driver behind the business. All right. And you might be saying, well, I'm not a business. I don't want to be a business. Or maybe you are a business and you're like, cool, I want to know like how to add another $100,000 to my business. Well, you're in a great place, because I'm going to break down exactly how that can happen. All right. So just want to be very clear, super important. Just go with me on this. All right. Go with me on this. It might totally shift the way that you've been thinking. All right. So we follow something that we call the 100K ARM method. All right. And what that basically means is there's 3 phases. The A is for attention. The R is for relationship. And the M is for money. That's where we're going to make the money, in that order, by the way. So if I go all the way back 17 years ago, when I started my first channel, which was in the photography space, I started by just building the audience and getting the attention. And then I started to build the relationship with that audience. And then I started to offer things to that audience, and they bought. And that turned into a 6-figure brand for multiple years. Actually supported my family for over 7 years. Okay. So what I'm about to share with you works. Now, that same process, just follow that again. The last 12 months, we're already over 6 figures. If you'd like a copy of that, okay, it's 18 pages. We put it into a guide. It's free. Just go ahead and put 100K in the comments and we will send you a copy of it. Just put 100K in the comments and it'll go through the entire process, every single part of that ARM method. All right. So there's your little freebie. All right. So let's get into it. Number 1, always, and I'm speaking about what we do. You don't have to do this, but this is what we always do. We're always going to pick a niche or a niche or a nicho, however you want to call it. I say niche because it rhymes with riches are in the niches. But that's what we do. We focus on the niche. We also focus on what is the problem that we are going to help people with in that niche. Very, very important. If you're not doing that, that's what you're going to want to do. And once again, we do cover all of this inside of the 100K roadmap. All right. So that's the first thing. The second thing is then once we've identified that, we're going to just show up consistently and we are going to deliver content that helps those people. That's it. That's the goal. Right now, it's not about how are we going to make the money? How are we going to turn those views into money? We're not worrying about that. We're worrying about how do we deliver value and get this person a result, whether it's a small little win. If you're teaching people how to play guitar, we actually have one of our students who's a guitar teacher. And basically, all that he has to do is just show that person that wants to play guitar how to play one lick on the guitar. And a lick on the guitar is just usually like 3 or 4 notes. And that's it. And if you can get that person to be able to play that, they're going to walk away going like, wow, that was awesome. That person's great. You know, they taught me how to do something. I want to learn more. And then they're back, right? That's what you want to do. You want to think to yourself, how can I get my audience a result and a quick win? Because then they're going to want to come back again and again and again. All right. The third thing is we want to build the audience on and off of YouTube. Now, this here is something extremely important because so many people are just building their audience on a platform like YouTube, even Instagram or, TikTok or any of them. Those platforms, including YouTube, they're a platform that you're building on their land. They could totally say, bye-bye. We don't like the way that you're posting videos, or we don't like the way that you're doing whatever. They can make up the rules as they go and you're booted. So what we like to do is we like to build our email list. Now, you might have already noticed we kind of already did that, right? We said, hey, if you'd like the 100K roadmap, just put 100K down below. Now, you'll do that. You'll put the comment down there. We'll see it. And then we will send you to a page that will say, hey, where do you want us to send it? And then you'll put your name and email address in, and then we send it to you. And then we get to follow up with you and keep that relationship going. So we have a whole process. It's called our Steady Leads process. It's a playbook that we follow. And I actually have it right here because this is what we give to all of our clients that we help build this out for them. It's a flywheel and a content machine. There's about 30 some odd pages in this one. If you'd like a copy of that, you can have it. Okay. It's going to be a digital copy, by the way. But if you want that, just put leads in the comments down below. Leads in the comments down below, and I'll send it to you. If you're a business, you need that. All right? Because that right there has allowed us to turn this newer brand, Live Video School, into over 6 figures in the last 12 months. All right? And that's not counting the 11 grand that we made in AdSense money. So think about that. We built our email list, over 11,000 people, by the way, currently, and YouTube paid us $11,000 to do it. In the world of business, that's just absurd. Usually you're paying to get in front of an audience. We're actually getting paid to get in front of our audience. Pretty crazy stuff. So that's number 3. Number 4 is going to be make offers to the email list. Make offers. What do I mean by that? Well, if you are starting right out, you might be a guitar teacher. Well, you could offer one-on-one lessons over Zoom. Super easy to do. You could do that tomorrow. So that's where I would start. I would offer like some type of coaching or consulting. Then you can do workshops, or then you can do little mini products, or you can do bigger products, or you can do affiliate products. All right. So there's so much you can do once you have got someone to raise their hand, you've built a relationship with that person, and then you make an offer on how you can potentially help them further. Not everyone's going to want to do it, and that's totally cool. You still keep helping the audience. And that is the whole flow of how everything has worked for us. And then 5, this is a big one, rinse and repeat. Just rinse it and repeat it. Keep focusing on that niche. Keep creating content, showing up on a regular basis, delivering value, delivering results. All right. Then from there, build that audience, meaning off of YouTube. Yes, build it on YouTube, but build it off of YouTube. Okay. And then from there, make those offers through your email list. And then from there, rinse and repeat that again and again and again. Now, the one thing that people get hung up on a lot is like, well, what kind of content? What kind of content? We actually focus on 4 content buckets. And I actually shot a video right here that shows you exactly what they are and how you can create your own buckets in your own YouTube channel. Watch that video next, and I'll see you there. Cut. And there you go. That's how it goes.
Yeah, and there it is. There's another. Now we have a video that will probably air on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. And then I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, but aren't a lot of people gonna already see it and they're whatever? Well, you might, because you're one of the 38 people 21 people. We're 38 minutes. 21 people that are on or whatever right now, but doesn't mean you stayed all the way through. But every time you put a video out, you're always getting pushed to a new audience. About 85 to 90% of videos when you publish will go to new viewers, not returning. So even if we get some returning, that probably means they're super fans and they love our content. And anyone that hasn't seen it yet. So it's all new. So if you're worried about that whole thing with the content, like, oh, wouldn't someone see it again? Well, then they might be a fan. That's great if they see it again, but it's not just going to get pushed just to those people. And that's why, kind of going back to that first part, does subscribers really matter? Not really, because a lot of the content doesn't even get pushed to them, even the subscribers. Right. And I was just looking at a video not too long ago, one of our recent videos, it only got pushed to 8% of our subscribers.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's it. So that's that for you right there.
Yeah, and I just want to say this, put this into perspective for a second. this might make your eyes perk up. So we have right now 36,000 subscribers on this channel. Okay. And depending on the video, we might get 500 to 5,000 views. It ranges. Like we had a video not that long ago from one of these live streams, got pulled. We used our content strategy and got over 5,500. Okay. So that's good, right? We had one yesterday that we posted that, you know, it was on a Sunday that got over, I think it's up over 900 now, which will probably hit 1,000 here pretty soon, right? So again, think at 36,000 subscribers, and then you're getting these numbers, right? So up to 5,000, you know, but we have some that got over 100,000, 300,000. You're going to have some outliers, but for the most part, you're in that range. Well, our email list is 11,000, and I can send an email out in the morning, and before the end of the day, I will have 25% of that list already have opened that email. Okay. Then by the next morning, it's up over 30%. And then if I send to the people who haven't opened that email, which is another little trick that we have that we use inside of email, I'll get another 5 to 10%. So I can get upwards of 40% of that list to always see my stuff. Okay. No algorithm. Okay. So that's how powerful email is. And I'm just still a big, big believer on email.
Absolutely.
All right, cool. So let's dive in. We're on good schedule here today, Scotty.
Yeah,
we're really
finish right on time.
I think we're going to do great. All right, cool. Oh, and guys, if you are just coming in, it looks like Jason Lee just came in. What's up, Jason? Thank you so much for popping in. So yeah, if you guys are just tuning in, we did just do a workshop on Saturday, and it's called the 1 hour content magic workshop, which basically is our one take content system, which is basically what we're doing right now. And basically what we do is I show up for 1 hour a week, and then Scotty goes ahead to work and edits those videos, about 12 minutes of video to edit and then upload, and we're done for the week. And we'll post 3 videos every single week. And so we taught that, and we broke it down, and we just broke down the entire system so you can go ahead and install it in your own creation process. If you're interested in that, in the link in this description, you'll find that workshop if it's still available, and super affordable. So if you're interested, go down there below and check it out, and you'll get instant access to that workshop, which we taught in front of a live audience. So if you're interested, check it out. It's all organized for you. It's in bite-sized pieces now. It's already been polished up, so you'll get the polished version versus the live raw version. But yeah, we got a lot of great feedback on that so far. So, all right, cool. Let's get rocking and rolling. All right, here we go. All right, in this video, I want to share with you how I turn YouTube views into more money and customers without AdSense. Now, it's important that we understand that most people, okay, most creators are going to fail if they only focus on AdSense. And let me explain. So when you are starting and you're thinking to yourself, wow, if I could just get to monetization, I am going to be able to make some money, which is true. You will make some money, but what you make and what someone else makes is going to be completely different. And here's why. Depending on your niche, advertisers are only willing to pay a certain amount for that niche. So if you are in even the gaming niche, which I would think would be like really, really, you'd make a lot of money, it's really low. So the way that the AdSense platform works is it's like every 1,000 views you get paid what they call an RPM. That's how much you get paid per 1,000. So it will range. Gamers, about $3 a 1,000 views. Now, if you're doing YouTube Shorts, whoa, don't do that. Because YouTube Shorts, you need millions in order to make even what you can make on that 1,000 views. So YouTube Shorts, not a good strategy if you're going after AdSense. But if you are in a niche like finance, you might get paid $20, $30 per 1,000. So it is going to depend heavily on that. The other thing it's going to be heavily dependent on is the time of year. So in the summer, it's going to be lower. In the fourth quarter, going to be higher. First of the year, lower because advertisers are cutting back on their budget now. So there's all of those variables that people don't talk about. They just think, oh, I get to monetization, I'm going to make $5 per thousand, or I'm going to make $10 per thousand. It's not how it works. So that right there is a strategy for disaster. And I would not make that my strategy. So hopefully we're clear on that. All right. But I want to give you our 3-step secret formula. I'm being kind of funny there. There's no secret. It's pretty simple. It's pretty basic. All right. So let me get into it. There's 3 things. Number 1 is we're creating videos that attract the right audience. So whenever we are starting to create videos for YouTube, it's not just we're going to create videos for YouTube. There's a strategy behind it. We are always focusing on one type of audience that we are going to serve, because what we're doing is we're building a business. I've built multiple businesses on the back of YouTube, actually 6- and 7-figure brands using YouTube as the traffic engine. All right. Now, every time that we're doing that, we're starting with the end in mind. Who is the person that I want to reach? What is the audience? What is their wants? What is their needs? What can I help them with? And once I do that, I also have to think to myself, what is something that I could help them with that they might want to pay me for, or they might want to take your advice for a recommendation? So we always want to think about that first. That's how you can turn views into more money than just AdSense. A lot more money, by the way. Just to give you this in context, our channel right here, Live Video School, to date, right now, has made $11,000 in the last 12 months from AdSense. But we made over $105,000 from those other things that I'm talking about, and mainly through email, which we'll get to that here in a second, because that's a huge part of this secret formula. All right. So first thing is create videos that attract the right audience. The second thing is you want to give away something in exchange for their email address. And I'm not saying to get their email address so you can start hammering them with offers. That's actually the opposite of what we do. What we do is we want to build a relationship. Build that relationship. So this way here, they get to know, like, and trust us. And then whether we have a recommendation, whether we have a product that we're promoting for ourselves, whether we have some consulting or coaching, that all comes after. But we still need to be able to build that relationship. And the best way that I know how, and that I've done for years, is through email. And we do that by giving something away for free. Let me demonstrate. The best way to do it is to let people know that you have something that you created. Now, this here is a playbook. This is a playbook that we give to all of our clients, and we actually charge them to help implement this, which is totally worth it, because then they're able to use the ROI of that for years. But I'm willing to give you this playbook for free. And if you'd like a copy of it, just go ahead and put leads in the comments and I'll send you it. And there's also a video that goes along with it, because I taught it to a group of coaches, 38 coaches, by the way, and I showed them how to install it in their business in about 2 hours. So if you'd like that and the playbook, just put leads in the comments down below and we'll send you that. So time out. What did I just do there? I just offered you something for free. No strings attached. Go there, put the comment in there. We'll send you to the page where you can tell us where to send it. We'll send it to you. You'll get it. No strings attached. We did that because now we get to build a relationship with you. And who knows, you might want to work with us down the line, maybe 2 months from now, 6 months from now, maybe 2 years from now. We're in this for the long term, not the short term. Give me some AdSense money. That's pennies compared to what you can do, and it's not sustainable. So that's the second thing. The third is then once we have that email, and once we start building that relationship, you're going to naturally get people that will just reach out and go, hey, do you do any coaching? Do you do any coaching? We actually had a guy, we started this channel before we even had anything to offer. We had a guy, John, shout out to John, who reached out and said, hey, do you guys do any coaching? I'm in real estate. I need help with my channel. And we were like, haven't really gotten there yet, but yeah, we could. So we did a package of 4 sessions and he paid us. Okay. Before we even had anything, because we were showing up and delivering value, weren't asking for anything, just building the relationship and also demonstrating that we could actually do what we were saying we can do. That's the other thing. You gotta have experience. You can't just say, oh, I've read some books and I know how to do this. It's like, you got to be able to kind of back it up. I've been doing this now 17 plus years. My son, Scotty, who's doing it with me now, has been editing for me for over 5, and he knows the ins and outs of YouTube better than I do. All right. So that's how we're doing it. We're making offers that are helping people. And it could be a workshop that you do on a weekend. We just actually did a workshop where we show people how we create content in just 1 hour a week. And we're creating 3 pieces of content, which, by the way, I'll link that up in the description if you're interested in that. It's called the 1 hour content magic workshop. It's where we do a one take method, as we call it. And if you're interested in creating content faster and not having to be on that hustle grind, just go ahead and check it out in the description. I'll leave the link down below. But it's making those offers with coaching, with workshops, with affiliate products. I've made over 7 figures on affiliate products just because people trusted my referral. All right. And that's the power in this. So AdSense, it's cool, right? Like, yes, we made $11,000 and we built our email list to 11,000 from YouTube. So YouTube paid us and helped us build our email list. That's pretty good. If you're in business, like you generally, it's the other way around. You're spending $11,000 to get leads. It's the opposite for us. Now, let me also just say that you might be wondering to yourself, like, okay, well, you mentioned you're generating $100,000 from email. And I can't even understand, how does that happen? How does that work? Well, you're in luck, because I recorded a video right here that breaks down exactly how to do it, how we do it. Actually, there's an example I share where we generated $19,000 from email, from getting our views from YouTube. Watch that video next, and I'll see you there. Cut. All right. So that was good. That was good. That went well. What do you think, Scotty?
Yeah, look at that. You did it under 60 minutes. That was 51 minutes. Beautiful. And if you guys are confused because you came in late on what we're talking about, this is our content hang. It's our recording day. This is every Monday. We go live 4 p.m. Eastern time, and staying consistent with it. He gets through the videos. At the end of this, I'm going to download this off. Now the replay will be up of the live stream, which is still optimized as its own individual video, so we can still get views on that. And then we'll strip down those 2 or 3 videos that were created in here that were already have a title for. They already had the content was there. The bullet points was there. He just executed it and just shot them. And then I'll trim them up and do a little edits here and there. And then Wednesday, Friday, we have videos. We have 3 videos a week right now. Just following.
And guys, what he's talking about, we just taught it in great detail. And if you'd like that, that's the workshop. And right now, guys, I'm making you an offer. You can take it. You can leave it. Doesn't matter. But we're still making that offer, because there's going to be some people that are like, I'd love to go through that. That'd be amazing. And then once you do it and you're like, wow, I could do this for 1 hour a week, create 3 pieces of content, be consistent, commit to it every single week. Game changer. Yep. So check it out if you're interested. We'll leave that in the description down below. But yeah, this was really, really good. Let's publish your book. Nice work, gents. Looks like you might have just joined us there. I'm curious. Now, once again, we got people that came in a little bit later. How did you guys arrive here? Did YouTube recommend us? Did it pop up somewhere? Like, I'd love to know, like, where you're seeing this. And I think for all of us, I mean, Scotty and I are always kind of like trying to figure out from our audience, like, how are you discovering us? Because that can help us understand maybe how we can help you. So yeah. So let us know that in the comments if you guys don't mind. That'd be amazing. And then, yeah, if you guys did request any of the resources that we talked about, like I said, this is a hefty little guide here. This is a hefty little guide. I mean, it's full. I mean, look at designing the packaging. We even got like exercises to do in here. The video creation checklist. We got the simple thank you page for the leads. There's the landing page. Let's see. We got this here. What this part here is. Yeah, there you go. The flywheel. Look at the flywheel. We got it all mapped out for you. It's all in there. Now, you don't get the physical copy. You got to actually print this out if you want to. You can, but you get the digital version. We're going to give it to you free. And you get the video that I mentioned, which we taught it. It's live. It's real. It's raw. And you guys can have access to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's let's publish your book says I subbed to you a while ago, jumped on YouTube to do something and saw you were live.
Awesome.
Good job, YouTube.
I know, right?
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. Cool.
Yeah,
So
and also I'll say this. If you are here and you're like still kind of on the fence, figuring out, curious on what's going on with this little live stream hack, tune into Wednesday's episode then, and you're gonna see it all. We go every 10 a.m. on Wednesdays and Fridays. We will put a video out. That video will come from this. So you will see how I edit it, how it's minimal edits. We get it done. I actually use Descript. That's what I'm using. And back to talking about that workshop, I did do a bonus training in that as well of how we use Descript and how I went from editing 4 hours for one video to now I'm only spending about 12 to 15 on average for every video. And like you said before, I mean, we have examples of a live stream might get 400 views at the end of the week. And then we're pulling videos out and some of them might get 5,000 views. We've had some in the past get 15,000 views. And that came from the live stream.
Actually, and the one example I shared in the workshop, this whole thing originated, by the way, from my other channel, Brand Creators, which is over 100,000 subscribers now. But that was from us. Like Scotty was editing for me at the time. And then I was just getting so burnt out with content. I was like, oh my gosh. Like I said to Scotty, I'm like, I might have to scale down to 1 time a week. And he's like, well, really should keep that 2 to 3. And I'm like, I don't know how though. Like, it's like, I'm shooting the video, then he's editing the video. And it's like, it was a lot of work. And I'm like, you know what? We're going live every single week. What if I just planned those a little bit better? What if I not scripted them, but bullet pointed them out? And so we were testing different versions of it. And over the course of like a 2-year span, we dialed it in. And then that's where I was doing it. And then we started this channel, and like a dummy, I didn't start using that strategy at first. I started to do what I call, recording in the wild, where I was like recording on the fly. I was taking a walk. I was in the car, and that stuff worked because I wanted to keep it simple. But then I still started feeling like, oh my gosh, I got to create a video tomorrow. I got to get into it. I got to, go out and record it and then bring it in and get it edited. And I was like, why don't we go back to the one take method? And then we're like, all right. And then we did. And then here we are. And it's just so light. Now, it doesn't mean that we can't do a video. If we just have an idea and we wanted to put one up, we can, but we don't have to. And like clockwork, every single week, you're going to see Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and in most cases, Sunday too, because Sunday is technically a podcast episode, which is just Scotty and I kind of just sharing what happened either through the week or with a client or, something like that, just kind of giving a little bit behind the scenes. So no, but yeah. So I want to thank you guys. This has been awesome. We did it in exactly 1 hour today. So I'm so glad that we were able to hit that. And yeah, I want to thank you guys for showing up. All the links and everything that we talked about should be in the description. If not, you can always comment, let us know. We'll get it to you. Anything else, Scotty, you wanted to address before we rock on out of here?
No. Think we are all set, and like you said, all links will be in the description. Now on the replay, the replay will go live right after this, so if you missed something, you want to go back, you'll be able to see it right after this, and all those links will stay in that description of that. So thank you guys for tuning in, checking this out. And again, every Monday 4 p.m. we will be going on doing our little recording day and shooting some content.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, just like one thing I want to leave you with is we talked in the beginning about like subs not really mattering. And I stand by that. But if you notice too, we didn't mention subscribing once in this live stream. Not once. Are some of you maybe going to subscribe? Maybe. That's your call. But we're not like leaning in there on that because it's not as important. Yeah, it's great. Subscribe, that way you don't miss anything. But we're not necessarily promoting and saying that. And it's been working. So I definitely recommend that for anyone. Just show up, deliver value, and really pour into your audience. And I'm telling you right now, it will pay you for years and years and years. All right, guys, that's it. That's going to wrap it up. As always, take care, take action, have an awesome, amazing day, and we'll see you right back here on the channel. Good luck, guys.
See ya.